So,
Okay, I just found out.
okay, brilliant. So let's, we'll go through a bit recap first. So anything you remember from last lesson? What you think, what we learned during our last lesson, what we discussed?
Yes, sir. So we discussed about project management, like what basically is project management, and you told us that project management is basically it's the project is an activity or task that that's been undertaken by project managers or various relevant people who are responsible for such task, and they plan, they organize, they coordinate, and that's how like they carry out the project. And besides that, you also told us that there are 3 M's needed in a project management, that is manpower, material, and money, and 3 of them are equally important for the execution of project management. And we also discussed about the difference between the project life cycle and product life cycle. Project product life cycle basically initiates after the end of any project life cycle.
Well done, great, yes.
And we also discussed several methods those could be used for project management. For example, Gantt and I'm not sure. I think PERT also.
Yes, program evaluation review techniques.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well done, great. So our last lesson we discussed about yes, so all we discuss about the project management. We discuss about yes, different stages of project life cycle, product life cycle, and we discuss about how we can the manager's role as well, how we can manage project effectively, and the role of managers, how. And we discuss about the cost and benefit analysis. We discuss little bit discussion was on risk, and risk management, how we can manage the risk. So, and we discuss little bit about the Prince tool, which I just mentioned, in the software which only we use. So today we'll move forward and we'll focus on LO2 and a bit recap LO1 as well, because these two is a link each other as well. Each learning outcome linked with the previous learning outcome as well. So which we'll go through. So today lesson will be focused on LO2 project management framework and plan. So which will discuss about the planning tools, those we can use, different traditional approaches, which will go through traditional approach. Our approach is critical change approach, how we can change and why change is a difficult in our organization. What are the forces, those not really allow us as a project manager to change significant. If we will change, how we will change, why is it important to involve the stakeholders. So last lesson yesterday we discussed about the stakeholder as well. So we discussed different stakeholder and their roles as well, how stakeholder can influence the any plan will make their life will be influenced as well. So which we'll go through today, and Prince the software and the approaches, which will go through different approaches of project management, role of managers, which we'll further discuss today. Managing team and team role, within a project is very, very important. According to one great scholar, Henry Ford, mentioned in his book and gave very important quote about the team. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So if we want to be successful project and want to be achieve our objective of the project, we need to be involved all the stakeholder, and we have to listen them. We have to balance sometime, of course. We have a different interest, maybe it's very difficult to meet everyone's views, everyone's interest. Maybe if we have a launching or making any project, starting any project, maybe few people, like in the UK now, the government started a fast train, which is S3, is a project which is quite massive project, is £1 million project. So couple of houses, newly built house needs to be demolished to be make this project, because those people of course against the project, but a lot of people in a favor of the project. So we need to look around the wider interest of the public to be fulfilled. That's really important. Setting schedule, of course, time frame, when the project will start, when the project will be finished. So we normally use in the project management early to start, early to finish. How early we can start the project? So one activity can be linked, some activities we can do parallelly, but some activities we can't start until we finish the other activity. Like, building a house, you can't, uh, start, finishing of the house or windows within a house until you build, structure of the house. So that's quite crucial, the side by side when the structure of the house, maybe you can do some finishing, you can do a lot of the flooring and stuff, and roofing even, if further need to be furnished. So we can go through these parallel activities as well, so which we need to be, and we need to schedule. So budget and the timing. Yes, budget, of course, where the money will come from. Budget is a plan. If we don't have a budget, it's like in a sea, we don't have a nav. So budget is a set nav that will help us. So it's quite crucial to be, we have a budget in a project, and the budget will help us to achieve the organization. Always is good to be monitor the budget, will stay in the budget. So if we're not staying in a budget, we need to identify the reason why we're not in a budget. So if we don't have a not staying in a budget, we have a variance is the difference between the budgeted figure and the actual figure. So that's the really crucial. We need to regular monitor why these are the variances, due to the inflation, due to the poor estimation. So timing, develop, and the project plan, managing project risk which will go through and will interface with other projects. Maybe we can look around, we are doing parallel other project and we can use their resources, or that will help, other managers. Maybe we can transfer value proposition, what project will be, how we can, like, think about making a dam, what value proposition we can propose, so that's really, we need to look around accountability, deliverables, can we deliver it, responsibility, resource allocation, timeline, milestone. These are the key dates, key thing, critical path analysis, which is quite crucial model, which we need to look around. What are the critical things in a project, project design. If your design is not appropriate, that's a really is a critical thing, which we need to go through, and we need to designing stage, we need to properly monitor that, in the later stage of the project, or for the project release, it will not suffer. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's, we'll start our lesson today. So today we are doing a lesson 2, which is linked with the LO1, LO2. So which will go through LO2 today. So today lessons are aims and objective of this lesson: introduction to project management. Further, we'll discuss project management and different methodologies, different methods we'll discuss, explanation of different legislation. We need to be, when we'll plan something, we need to be look around what are the legislation those are. As a project managers, we need to be well aware of these legislation. Discussion will be on the investment appraisal. When you make the budget and you need to investment appraisal, the pound we are investing, what we'll get out of it, and how long will it take us to recover that money. So if we are making a dam, if we don't make a dam, so what are the consequences if we don't do it? If we are investing money now, or we have options, we go hydro, we go solar, we go wind, we go coal electricity. So what are each project have own benefit and drawbacks? So we need to look, all these sort of things. Discussion will be on the project planning, milestone, project structure, team structure, and management hierarchy, change of command, which will go through project quality. How we'll make sure, that we'll stay within a quality standard and will exceed, or will meet at least, the basic benchmark. So, okay, so yesterday we already discussed about project management. Project mean task, management mean design and environment to achieve our objective of the project. So overall is we call project management. And the project appraisal. So what is meant by appraisal?
So it means to add value.
Add value. Yes. Why we need to appraise for a project then? Is it
Yes.
add value?
No, the add value thing that I stated was just a generic statement. When we talk about appraising in a project, that means we are talking about various factors such as investment.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's basically also, it also takes in account the assessment, the valuation, the um, uh, basically the considerations would be taking in account for executing certain projects. So it caters for loads of things rather than just adding value.
Yes, so appraisal means to checking the performance, the pound will invest, what will get out of it, the money or the man or the material or the which we are investing, what we'll get out of it. Yes, appraisal
Mm.
is measuring the performance of the things. Yes, we can appraise end of the year, the implies in appraisal, so they are performing well or they are hitting the basic benchmark or not. If not, why not, how we can improve it. So is that's a good reflection of the thing. So appraisal, we can short words we can say the reflection as well. Okay, so next our area of discussion will be legislation. Some legislation, those are quite crucial at the planning stage. We need to look around. These legislation not hard and fast rule because in different country have a different legislation. So these legislation more within EU or UK legislation, but when we look in Pakistan, are we looking in different countries? So maybe we need to look around the local legislation wherever the project we are going to be launched or we are going to be develop any project, product or project, which we are going to launch. So Health and Safety at Work Act, which is a responsibility of everyone. So any project, health and safety, we need to look around, like in case of flooding, in case of earthquake, in case of various other issues, environmental changes, what will affect, on the health and safety. Health and safety is the responsibility of everyone, not only the employee, all one has safety is supposed to be responsible and they are on themselves as well, they are responsible. So contract law, if you are setting up the contract with your client organization, yes, how will do the tenders, how will do the subcontract, why is yellow whatever, the bus or train or service, why the contract being given to few companies, why not other company, why not being open tender, what are the reason behind contract is an agreement between two, like we learn in the contract law as well, business contract law. So again we need to look around under project as well, some elements. So environmental protection act, so we have a project can be very successful with the low cost if we will generate electricity with the coal, maybe then, but we have a environmental protection act as well we have to follow, pollution. So we need to look around how we can control, because if we are just going for the coal, we are focusing on the cost, but these will be effect on the people's health as well. So Environment Protection Act we need to follow as well. Sale of Supply Goods Act, good need to be fit for purpose, we need to follow. So we need to go through when we'll make the project and we are making a product, that product need to be fit for purpose. Data protection, how we'll keep the information secure. Discrimination Act, we need to look around race, religion, if relation or religion act as well, we need to look around, not really will provide the equal opportunity, because if we have a project in, for suppose in Balochistan, in different part of India, rest of the world. We need to look around how we'll involve the local people, provide them equal opportunity as well, not the people we are hired from abroad just only for the project. We need to look around the best interest and the best for the project. Employment Protection 1978 Act, we need to look around disabled people, we need to provide them opportunities as well. We need to make certain adjustments. They can work in our organization and they can contribute towards project. Any question?
No.
Okay. When we'll plan any project, we need to look around, align with the organization strategies. So mission with the organization, what is are the mission, not contradict with it. So if we have a quality, we said, in our mission statement, we are the company exceeding in quality, meeting the quality standard, our product we providing value for money and things, so we're not really supposed to be, when we'll make the strategies to recruit the staff, we need to be make, when we'll do advertising, we need to use different source of advertising, or we'll advertise the job. So we'll get the quality staff, we'll recruit the quality staff. When we have a quality staff, so we not contradict our mission. So we can produce the quality. We use the quality material. So procedures, we need to look around the quality standard procedures. We heard about ISO.
Yes, sir. ISO 2001, 2000.
So what is about ISO?
So I think it's basically a certification authority that provides that basically certifies some kind of commodities.
Yes, basically
It's
the
standard. It's basically a stand. Hello.
Yes. Yeah, these are standard. You're right. These are the standards.
National Standards Organization, I believe, that takes in account for the product's quality and standards.
Yes, it is a world organization which issue the certificate on the quality based on the three basic principle. Whatever or whichever are our wording, what we are saying, same thing we are doing, and we have a documentary evidence for it. We call ISO. Whatever we are saying, same thing we are doing, and we have a documentary evidence. If we are saying this project is zero pollution or zero harm for the environment, should be zero harm, and we have a documentary evidence for it. If we don't have it, mean we're not meeting the standard. And then of course, depends nature of the organization. They have a different ISO 9000, 9001, 9002, ISO 14,000, 14,001. Like Halib or Habib Milk, they have ISO 9000. So is a service organization and different manufacturing organization. They have a different sort of the certifications. So then the customer trust will be increased, and of course they will get more customers. So that's all behind the purpose. And they normally come and do audit, and they issue the certificate that this company is good in the quality standards. Okay, so procedures. Of course, we need to look at standards, procedures, culture. Yes, always, we need to organization culture, project culture, not contradict. Like last lesson, we quoted the example of Morrison, hidden agendas. So we need to focus on, is there any hidden agendas? So of the companies, the strategies need to be with overall organization and mission or agendas, not contradict. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so next, like we discussed there, mission, goals, objective, vision, strategy, program, project, operational plan, and design. So all these are interlink each other. When we make the project, we need to look around. We need to set objective, vision as an organization, mission, goal, strategies for the project, operational plan. All we need to look around. Okay, then sometime we'll make the change, and the change is very difficult. It's a new where people need to be new roles, or maybe people have to be posted from one project to other project, one location to other location, which is very difficult. People, lot of, maybe we are saying, this year we're not giving the commission, then the union will be on the strike, the people have a different, so we need to look around, these changes people not accepting according to Levin. This is the model which is gave, driving forces. So we need to look around the driving forces that those, really force us to be changed. We need to look around the equilibrium situation, restrain those people against us. So wherever we need to be look around the balance somewhere between, so where we can meet the interest of the different stakeholder as well as the project. The forces can anything that affect the situation, such as people attitudes towards any, the cost, the quality, the information available, and resources available. So these are the forces we need to be focused. Any question?
Sir, I did not understand this model. Like, how is it carried out?
Okay. This model is in term of the change, is called change management model.
Mm-hmm.
Change management model is mean, see, we are working in a big project, yes,
Mm-hmm.
and the project is not going through within a cost limit,
Okay.
not achieving it within a time, we saying no, we can't finish it. We supposed to be 3 years will that plant, for suppose electricity plant, electricity project, within a 3 years we supposed to be electricity flow in a system. But people are working slow. Maybe we are changing the shift pattern now. Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the driving force is we behind, and we have to make a changes. Yes. Otherwise
Okay.
we'll be not. So the restraint forces, those are the people attitude. They don't want to work in the night shift. They don't want to work other shift. Yes. They don't want to work extra hours, I suppose. So we need to look around how we can give them flexibility, how we'll compromise it, where we can equilibrium situation, where we can middle, we can agree.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all about, because according to this model is some, forces we have very against, all,
Mm-hmm.
even you do the good thing, they still will be against. So let's say here is example of these management disapproval of the lateness. People want to be coming late, but the management disapproval for the of lateness, latecomer, performance related pay, driving force. Yes, will set the performance related pay, not giving the commission or the bonus to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So pleasant working condition, restraint forces, inadequate public transport. So inadequate public transport leads to latecomer. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a restraint force, how we'll make sure. So inadequate, like, if the people don't have a basic needs fulfilled, how they perform it. Yes, if we do not provide the brakes. So these are the restraint forces. Inadequate car parking. If you can't, park your car and you can't, of course, you will be late then. So all these, toleration of the situation, supervisor, how. So if you want to change the situation, you have to take steps, like the equilibrium we have exists now, move to the new position and restabilize the new equilibriums where we used to be, oh, everyone happy, but when we'll bring the change, we will say, oh my God, no, and that's not fit. But of course, maybe some people with the new government and the new way of doing thing are, maybe some people say, no, that's a watchdog at the top, the organization look after each other. So that's, introducing a system of fines. Those are the late. That will be, oh, my salary will be cut off if I'm late. So what do you think? The people behavior will be changed? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or but the lateness, is it genuine or not? Who will going to determine? We provide you parking space. We provide you transport. Then there is a no excuse you will be late. So that's one of the scenario we can copy and paste, and we can go through. Then next area we are looking risk management. Like last lesson we little bit discussed risk assessment. Risk assessment or risk management is the combination of the probability of the likelihood adverse events happening and its consequences. Impact if it did. A risk assessment of the project is a process for risk assessment is very, very crucial in our daily life, either in our project or in our daily life is very, very crucial. Like, uh, putting our like in our country, especially in Asia, we have electricity shortage and we have using oil, for just for the light purposes, kerosene oil. So those we are putting, if we are putting in 7 Up bottle or Sprite bottle, yes, we are buying in these bottle, and if we left the bottle outside the fridge, what do you think? We have a youngster in our home, kids, what will happen? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello. Yes.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Malia, if we are just, buying a oil in a Sprite or 7 Up bottles, and that
Mm-hmm.
oil we are leaving, on the outside the fridge, aside, so maybe kids will perceive, they have a perception, uh, this is a Sprite or the drink. Yes, they can easily pick, and think it happened with one of my friend's son is died due to just this reason. So we need to look around, that's a risk, we need to be first, we're not supposed to leave near fridge because of course, kids. So all these are the risks. We need to identify these risks. Even, yes. So in terms of the project health and safety, we need to look around. They are wearing the helmet, they have a gloves. Yes, if they don't have, if anything happens, so that could be risk, people can lose their lives, or the things, hands or legs can be broken. So all these, we need to assess the risk. Some job is no risk or very little risk. Some jobs are very, very high risk, like, electricity plants, electricity, those people who are engineer working on those projects, darkness, so they need supposed to be reflective jackets, so control risk. Can we totally minimize risk?
I don't think so. We can completely minimize it, but we can, of course, take precautions to control the risk.
Yes, we can transfer the risk. If we'll buy the insurance, maybe insurance company can bear the risk. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we can eliminate the risk, or we can minimize the risk. Yes, we can't 100% risk, 100% risk free. Can deposit money in a bank account and deposit money in the cooperative societies accounts, are selling shares in the stock exchange. So all these options have a different, but in a business we'll say higher the risk, higher the return. Yes.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we need to measure the risk, against the return as well. Because what has happened said of the project failure, risk assessment is very important in a project and should not. So we need to identify the risk. Example, you can look at the potential risk associated, different phases of the project at the design. So if the design is not appropriate, so maybe we'll call expert, we listen, or we involve different stakeholders, their concern, that will help us to improve and eliminate the risk. Yes. Planning and implementation and control, that will help us to minimize the risk. Stakeholder involvement, resources, you need the project on time and the people, so that will help. So we need to look around the money, material and information and tools, all area of risk we need to, and we need to identify the risk. We need to assess the risk. How we can assess the risk? No risk at all are the same, not should be thread the same. So you should identify as many risks you can. Like sitting in a room, what are the risks involved? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hot chocolate, bringing a glass, can we fell down, or asking little one to hold the things. So how we can minimize these risks, like, matches box near to gas point. If we'll put away, we can minimize, we can hide it, we can minimize the risk. Yes. So we need to think about in terms of the big as a project, there can be many risks. Yes. So if we
Yeah.
have a clearly parking spaces line, we can minimize. If we have a clearly guidance, no one in enter behind this point, only except the engineer, those are wearing proper helmets and things, are proper uh, protection tools. So with those, we need to look around, we can minimize the risk. If some risk is simple, is about the identification and prevention. Yes, those are the best. So first, if you don't identify it, you can't prevent it. Yes.
Yes.
So if open holes are things, so we need to look around those, of course, so we can prioritize them, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative, we can say high, low, high, oblique, low levels. Quantitative, we can give the numbers. Yes, we say this is a 5. 5 is a very high. 1 is a very low. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
5 is a high to low. So all this, the risk, we can prioritize them. Which one is a high risk, which we need a more attention. Like, the patient, if it's a heart patient and in emergency A&E, accident and emergency in hospital, we have a shortage of staff. We can't give them everyone equal opportunity or equally time. So if we have those patient high, especially high risk, those have a heart. So we need to look around the children. So maybe high risk, so we need to look around we can um, give them priorities, and we can address, or we will see them quicker than others. So these all we need to look around. So control risk, can we control it?
Yes.
Risk, yes. How we can control the risk?
We can control the risk by evaluating the factors that may seem problematic, and we could, kind of scale them down to see which of the factors are more troublesome or which are less troublesome, and categorize them basically in we could categorize them in their intensity of in the intensity in which they may be in which they may seem problematic. So, and according to that scale, which has these risks stated according to their grading, we could scale them down and take relevant precautions in order to cater for them.
Hmm. Yes, you're right. Good. So we can draw some parameters. Yes. If we have a lot of risk, maybe our investment totally will be lost. So maybe we'll involve the local partners. Yes, to control some sort of, the control risk. We can prevent it. So not, I'll bear all the risk of the business. So there are the different. So we can look around. In our organization, we can make the risk register. We record every risk. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, last time someone fell down. Why fell down? The floor was wet. Okay, the floor was the wet, the stairs. So when we wash floors, maybe, yes, of course, there's a risk there. Easily somebody can fall. If somebody is oil, drop on the floor, of course, there's a risk, So we put it the signboard in place. If especially in the UK, if the organization they don't put the signboard, so that's a risk. high risk. If any injury happen, 100% claim goes against the company up to maybe 200,000, 300,000 pound or £1,000,000 as well, depends. So we need to look around that. If the signboard was displayed and somebody not really look it or visitor, so that's really their fault. Now we have a clearly the indication was in place. Yes, high voltage, low voltage. If anybody fire, so like a pad testing mean you're testing the sockets, plugs, everything is not a loose plug. So anything happen fire, so we have a lot of issues, health and safety ones. These of course need to be addressed in various projects. Okay, any question?
Oh, sir.
Okay, the small project would like to be take a charge within your own department at the domestic, at the social life. What resources would like to be have disposal? Depends. If you're working, you need to look around. You have a people resources, you can list them, basic list them, finance, time, information, equipment, material, how much you require, service and all. This is just a list. If you're working in an organization, that will help. Okay, so next we're looking the type of cost: fixed cost, variable cost, semi-variable cost. We are okay, fixed cost, they stay fixed.
Yes.
Variable cost, the cost will change. What about the semi-variable?
Semi-variable cost is a cost that may change with the level of production, and sometimes may not change with the level of production.
Okay, semi-variable means fixed and variable cost together.
Hmm.
Like, if you have a mobile phone contract, you're
Hmm.
paying fixed line rental every month and we're getting up to limit of minutes. If we'll use more than that, we'll get higher bills. Yes? So we
Hmm.
have a fixed cost which stay the fixed, but we have a variable cost that can be changed.
Hmm.
What about the opportunity cost?
So it's the next best alternative foregone.
Yes, well done. So the opportunity which we are not taking, yes. So you're you're learning, you're attending this lesson, and you're missing one other opportunity. So how much we are comparing? Is it this one give me more benefit, or it costs me other more?
Hmm.
So marginal cost is mean the cost of every successive unit.
Mhm.
What is the margin on it? Absorption cost mean observe the cost, both fixed and variable, all the cost into the one product. That's called absorption cost. Basis of the scale area we are occupied, basis of the activities we are doing. So that's all which we discuss in accounting as well. What is the project methodologies? A methodology is a process of managing the project. Aim of a project methodologies or methods, is enable the project to be and complete the expectation of the stakeholder, enabling problem to be highlighted and dealt, timing, resources need to be allocated, progress need to be measured. My slides, so these are different methodologies or method or techniques. Project management technique, PMBOK, which is known as a project management body of knowledge. DSDM, dynamic system development method. Prince 2 and SSADM, structured system analysis and design method. RAD is called rapid application development, programming system that enable programs to build the software. So these are the different project management techniques. Those are explained in the next slide. Okay, so when we're looking, okay, what is meant by PMBOK? This is a comprehensive guide to provide information about the acknowledged good practices in the field of the project management. We can find, these approaches for their good approaches. PMI, which is called Project Management Institute, that's a Chartered Institute of Project Management. there, some techniques it's come under the project management body of knowledge. This is a comprehensive guide, provide the information, acknowledge good practices. It's like learn, oh, this country finished this and built this project with this cost. Why? How they did it? So from the day first they use the resources, they use the just-in-time inventory management system. They bought when they reach at that stage, they not bought it advanced. So dynamic system development method, this provides a framework to ensure the projects are delivered on time, on budget. It's not a project management method, but a framework that use conjunction with the methodologies such as the Prince2, which is that's a software which is developed by the Project Management Institute that normally is used in various organizations, which we're not really going to learn, but we are learning generic or what is the project management and what sort of the techniques are available. So this provides a framework to ensure that projects are delivered on time, on budget, and it is not a project management method. Prince2 provides the structured method of project management, and it's developed on that's the software, on the version we call, and was adopted in the standard for all government information systems project in 1979, and Prince2 is launched in 1996. So these are all developed by the Project Management Institute. Okay, giving and improve the guidance of the project management, and then not just an information system. Prince2 is using a lot of government institution in the UK and internationally as well. SSADM, Structured System Analysis Design Method. This is offer a package for the design of the computing project. So that's more about the computing project. RAD is the Rapid Application Development, is a programming system that enable programmer to build the software programs. So different program for different project. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, next we're looking the planning tool which we discussed during our last lesson as well. Work breakdown structure, yes, we discussed. Flow chart, which activities when, critical path analysis and per diagram, yes, program evaluation, which activity, like network diagram we discussed last lesson. Gantt chart, like Gantt. I'll show you a couple of, critical path analysis. What are the critical stages in a project? Sometimes it's come when you make a business case. Somebody can say to you, make a business case. What is meant by
A business case study or case?
business case? You need to be project for women welfare project, yes? In
Okay.
first four, that's a business case. You need some background information. How many women not getting proper health check, in certain areas, yes? So you need to do a project for it. That's a sort of feasibility study.
Okay.
So that's you can maybe apply to the local government, and they have a fund and they can authorize the fund you will deliver as a project. So complete the different things and the same time different ways. Yes, one way is choose between the project is other list and criteria things and important and then rank them. So in a business case, you can make as a case study and you can present and you can rank. You will do how we will do. Like here, business cases can be project sponsors and user project, objective success criteria, how you will deliver scope timely, what strategies you will use, risk, contingencies. What is meant by contingencies?
I don't know. Contingencies.
Okay, if electricity bill goes, yes, what is the contingency plan we have? Do we have a generator? Do we have a batteries?
There
Yes,
is like a backup plan.
yes, backup plan. Contingency plan, backup plan.
Okay.
if I don't get the money, if I lost the job, what will be happen? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Role and responsibility, communication strategies, and resources. Any question? Okay.
No.
Invest, investment appraisal, I think so. We already learned, yes?
Yes, I remember this.
Net present value method, yes?
Yes, then PV and discount factor. Yes.
So that's all about, we can use in a project as well. Payback, how long will take, yes? We can
Okay.
appraise between different projects. When I'm investing £3,100, how long will it take my £3,100 to recover? So 31, it will be, I'm getting 1,000 after 1 year, I'm getting 900 after 2 years. In third year, only 400 is outstanding. In the fourth year, I'm getting 500. So my project will take around 3 years and 10 months to get my money, which is £3,100 in 3 years and 10 months. Any question?
No.
And NPV is mean the net present value, the money which we have now, the money which we'll get in future have a different value. The pound value today and the pound value after in net shall always, the value increase or decrease. So always normally decrease, keeping in view of, so always we need to look around. Okay, yes, so we can use discount factor, then we can calculate the present value discount factor tables. We can use, always given these after 1 year on 8%, £1 value will be 0.92. We can times by, and overall all positive minus negative. We'll see if we have a positive figures carry on coming, we'll accept the project, otherwise we'll reject the project. So we can use the different method of appraisal. And further LO2 we can discuss about under LO2 risk assessment, which I just mentioned. Milestone, what is meant by milestones?
Milestone is like the key time, it's a key date when something really important or influential happens.
Brilliant, well done. Project structure.
Project structure?
Yes.
It's basically the components of the project, like how first thing needs to be done, then the second thing, the third thing. It's like an project organization type of a thing that basically facilitates the coordination and implementation of all the tasks and activities of a project.
Brilliant. That's all about, how you can, maybe we are a, like you're a project organization, you have a client A, client B, client C, yes?
Mhm.
Different projects. So every time your organization structure need to be changed, or you keep the same structure, you can move. This marketing manager will look the project A, project B, project C. So one project finish, you take the other project. So that's a different structure, of the project. A different organization structure. It won't change, but the project will carry on coming and finishing. Yes. So
Mhm.
that will okay, please, these are, I put the links there because of the purpose behind. So these are the quite good handouts. You click here, like, for example, this is week 2, actually. It's quite, good. Someone divide in, I think so, Raman put it like this, week 1, week 2, week 3, but it's divided, in different learning outcomes. I put it my slide, the link there. So when you will do the assignment, it's quite good. You can go through these ones as well. In these handouts, yes? No? Come on. Why? Okay. Come on, why not opening? Okay, let's all try this. This technology is good, but sometimes I'm getting trouble. Okay, so let's try this one. Yeah, so you will see there is a project planning, quality management, and change management, and you will see there what is the project planning development as the plan. Yes. So these approaches: step 1, step 2, step 3. Yes. So when we are discussing about the project, we can discuss about all these setup. We can pick some models. We can add some examples as well. Quality management, quality planning. What is meant by? So that's the link. The little bit pieces within our learning outcome. So we can pick it. Change is that we add the change in the requirement of the customer. So we can make the change as well. So when you will do the assignment, so please go through these ones. I'll upload. Plus, I'm going to send you a lot of other information, especially few books I'm going to upload as well. I'll show you.
Sir, the assignment in task 1 it clearly asks for the development of Gantt chart.
So
I have like no idea how to draw
normally
these.
we'll teach some pure project management that's slightly different. So I'll send you one manual if you want to do practice. It's quite good, sometime if you're working in an organization. So you just sometimes they ask you, do you know about the project management? Have you ever worked? So at least you have a basic knowledge about the project management software. Okay.
No.
These are the planning tools. It's called Moscow. That's the model. So I'll upload these model as well when you discuss the planning and um, is underground service in London when they make it is as a case study how they make the project. So must. So what we should or what we could or what we shouldn't. So all this is a model so we can fit some time to prioritize the task. We call Moscow. So must have this essential requirement like key stakeholders needs should have this if all possible, could have this if it is does not affect anything else, won't have this time but would like in future, maybe this is our first project, we don't want to be, so all been explained. So please, if you want to, you can reference as well in your assignment, you can discuss. Other model is track model. Any question, Malia?
Yes, sir. I was saying that in task
Hello?
1. Hello, yeah. Can you hear me?
Hello? Are you there, Malia? Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Okay, next reporting system, which is we can red, amber, and green. When we'll do planning of project management, we can prioritize the task as well. Those is quite good document to use, and you can reference in your assignment. You can discuss as well, in your assignment. So please, you
Hello.
will find there how can manage processes and procedures in a project. How do you organize project? New train service tunnel for Jubilee line in London. So that's quite good. Please read the case study and the project management toolbox is quite good. To go through. Please, those are the good documents for the project management perspective. Any question?
Sir, can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Hello, Malia.
Hello. Hello?
So Malia, if any questions, so please write. So these are the quite good document when you will do your assignments. So we can use these. Okay, draw the Gantt chart. I'll send you some example Gantt chart. In MS Project, we can draw the Gantt chart.
Okay.
Gantt chart is a little boxes. We can say 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4. What we do if you simple want to do the Gantt chart, like you may be seen in different dissertation or reports. When we'll do like you can uh, for suppose I'll insert the table. So let's all quick demonstrate. We'll say tasks. Maybe we can do many boxes. Week 1, design, so we can highlight here, and we can even give the date. Week 1 is commencing from. Then we'll say suppose maybe we launch something. We'll say project design or implementation can be, so that can be week 2. So that is look like Gantt chart, and there are many examples. So we can highlight week 2 what we'll do. So it's carry on going step by step. So that become a Gantt chart. So that's, you can even give the color scheme as well. Rack model, you can use it. This is green, red, which is more important, which is less important. So that's all about the Gantt chart. Any other question? I'll send you some examples. So Malia, which question confused you?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay, so contents for stores. So in London, planning an extension and an expansion. So like this, competitors offer DIY solutions as well as the range of the furniture. So unique selling point is implied designers. So guarantee due to these unique services help customer to achieve the designer's house and affordable price. So affordable price is their key. Enjoy the financial success, and the store open 7 days. That's the background information. So background information, the store has been opened in 7 years ago. So they have how many stores they have in London, several other store are, and however the only online presence is static website. So maybe we need to look around or recommend some dynamic website as well. Static mean is won't change, the things are carry on changing. So maybe we can recommend, so she can go for the dynamic website, which is carry on changing, so she can amend the prices and things as well. There is a no possibility to either order online or the book appointment with the designer. So this new dynamic website should provide these facilities as well. No force store and the several pipelines. So owner son feel that it is a time to how the management information system improve. So maybe we can look around a different information system. Maybe we can recommend to Prince on Prince 2. And finally, owner is planning to be either creating the loyalty scheme. So loyalty scheme will help to be make the customer loyal. So these are the key point. During the last meeting, the experienced managers saw the necessity handle these tasks and recommend the get the project consultant to help. The board decided to hire you as a consultant. So you are a consultant, you're looking, how much you can do some research, you can include uh, in some method, you can recommend. So contents can be first you give the introduction, background information about the of the organization. You can write how many stores they have in term of the London, maybe or online growth. Maybe you can include some and little bit discussion about the dynamic websites and static websites. You can include in your report if you want to. That's a good, because that's the point. Really, we need to expansion of the stores, and same report assess the feasibility of the project and decide which one carried out first. So feasibility, if we have a project store one, store two, store three, we want. So maybe feasibility, we can look around the investment appraisal. One store required this investment, other store required this investment. So maybe we can recommend. So is the case. So you can click here. They recommend the use, but free to use any software. If you have any questions, so please ask me. Gantt chart we can produce by using MS Word, Microsoft Word as well. So which I'll show you next lesson, the MS Microsoft project, how we can use. So that's all comes to me now, but I can go through further, in during our next lesson. Okay, so contents we can put, in our Gantt chart, which is based on our, so feasibility studies and things. Yes, investment appraisals and these, which I'll go through in the next lesson with you as well, more in details, and we'll try to prepare our Gantt chart collective, and then you can amend it your own, whatever way you want to amend it as well. Okay, so have a nice weekend, have a nice time, Malia, and all of this. So we'll speak you soon. Hope so. Recording will be available online. I'm trying to find the lesson one recording as well. Unfortunate, which is not showing on join me or meeting. Normally is record available there, but I'll try my best to be as soon as possible to upload. And if you have any question, drop me email. So I hope so. I will speak you next week then, and have a nice time. Thank you. Bye bye.